and notify her.
Correct. Yeah. And one thing you
Okay,
can also do is you can click on that person's name, whoever tagged it, and send them a message as well.
good. Okay, okay.
Um, One thing you can also do, another technique is on when you post on a group or whatever, you can turn commenting off so people don't comment and they can just send you a message directly as well. But I've tried both and they work pretty well. So
So you said so the commentary starts to go, and like questions like, where is this?
yeah,
Can
like
I can I can I get the address? Can
when
you
can I
tell
go
me
to
more about it? What's the size, or things, general questions like that, and you begin your replies to them.
hmm
And then you said something about copy paste. What
yeah.
was that?
So I have like a message where I say, "Hey, thanks for your inquiry," and I kind of see how it is. So if I get a lot of people that are interested and a lot of people want to go see it, one thing that I do is like I just want to set up an open house where everybody can just come.
Okay, so when I lost something for myself. Um, when you say copy paste,
Mhm.
so are you copy pasting their reply and then replying back to them with their reply with your request on on like an instant messaging type of thing,
No,
or?
no, I just have my own like my own little script, and then I just paste it on each. When somebody asks, "Oh, is it still available?" or
Okay, okay, okay. So you have your a template response
correct,
that
correct.
says, okay, thank you for your example. As an example, thank you for your interest and
Mhm.
inquiry about this property. It is still available. You're welcome to come and visit me this weekend or call me to arrange a private showing, something
Correct.
like that.
What I do. So I say, hey, call or text me if you want a faster response, because when
Okay.
and then typically they do call me or text me, and then that's when I come
Ah,
down. So here, this is from leads from I got in from my current listing, and I got about 40 plus messages on marketplace.
okay. For those that may not be familiar with marketplace or know where to look for marketplaces, there's differing marketplaces, aren't there? Isn't there?
The only one, sorry, the only one that I know that has been very effective for me is Facebook.
Yeah, but is there different marketplaces like um, these are not? This is not a group. It's not like Snohomish County classifieds. This is the actual marketplace, right?
It is an actual marketplace, so people who are actively looking for houses in the area. And then what
Okay.
you can do is you can share that up to other groups like Snohomish Classifieds, but I think you have to look in some of they don't allow advertising on some, but I do post it on the groups. And depending on the price range, um, you get a lot of activity and people just sharing stuff. But
Okay.
with the ads, and it's funny, like people are always looking for somebody else and they always tag each other, or I get calls, and I from this listing that I have, I got 5 leads already, and I got 200 going getting pre-approved. So I mean, it's just people that are like in the edge or in the fence, and they're like looking, and then Facebook just puts it out there, and they're like, oh, maybe I should contact this guy because I'm the listing agent. So it works very effective when I'm the listing agent because I have the relationship with the seller. That's how
Are
I.
you are you getting any seller leads, or any of these buyers also sellers?
Most of them are just primarily. Actually, no, I did get one seller that saw it from Mississippi, and she wants to sell her house out there and come by out here.
Okay.
House
Okay. Wow.
from Mississippi, but
Wow.
she did it, and she contacted me, and she doesn't have an agent, so I have to find somebody out there for her.
Okay. Sorry, I soaked up a bunch of questions. I didn't mean to jump and
No, no
bully
worries.
bullying the conversation. Um,
I wondered about that. Like, Because I thought initially you would want to just keep it to our area, but then when you mentioned the lady who saw it in Mississippi, yeah, that's a great idea. Just let it go nationwide or however far marketplace goes.
Yeah, I mean, it depends if they're in the groups and people tag each other and stuff. And I mean, marketplace it is. You can make it local. You can make it all over.
Yeah.
So my question is, what's to stop you from taking one of your fellow agents' listings in the office and put it up and
Yeah, that's what
generate leads from that?
that's what I was doing in the beginning for me. It does work, you know, and they tell you like, oh, is this available and stuff. But I feel like when you're the listing broker, you just have so much control because you're the one that knows everything about the property.
I used to do Craigslist
So
too,
Yes, I do.
especially for land.
Yeah, Craigslist as well. It's a big one. Todd.
when you I mean, my experience, especially with Craigslist, you're dealing with a different clientele level. People that have got soft credit, people that have no money down. Just especially in this market, it's a clientele that's very challenging. Not to say that there aren't opportunities for somebody, a first time home buyer that's got 10% down and can, can compete. On the ones that you gotten pre-approved, what kind of price points are they? Can't hear.
Sorry, my team got disconnected. What was your question?
So you said you have some leads, and you have two that have gotten it, are going in for pre-approved or are pre-approved.
They're going through pre-approval.
What's
And
kind of their
they're
price
actually
point?
just. What was that?
What's their price points?
That's one of the things I got to find out, but I know they can get pre-approved for quite a bit, between the 500 is 600,
Okay.
with the money that they have in the bank and everything else. And they spoke Spanish, and I speak that language. And when they
Okay.
see Jose, they're like, "Oh, you
Yeah.
speak Spanish?" I'm like, "Yep, I do." So
Yeah.
uh, most of them is like a different type of program, like iTeen, or other people also have it regular. But I've worked with other Hispanics.
Gotcha.
But yeah, they're that price range. And Craigslist, I have actually, my first deal, they found it from Craigslist, and I represented both sides. And I did an owner financing. They put $100,000 down. So
Let me say something for the group. Do not do dual agency. Okay. Just a recommendation. Represent only one side of the transaction. You can write, but you can do the whole deal for two parties, but only offer representation to one.
yes, Todd.
And why
Okay.
is that, Todd?
I'm in the middle
Well,
of doing that right now.
dual agency creates an unfair balance of representation. If there was ever a situation, God forbid there ever is, and there had to be some form of litigation, one attorney against another, and you are in between, seated in between two desks, and there's a judge right in front of you. And one of the attorneys goes up to the judge and puts a scale right in front of the judge. And then one attorney puts in a pebble, then the other attorney puts in two pebbles, then the other attorney puts in three pebbles, then the other attorney puts in one pebble. You can never, ever equally represent both parties with confidentiality, loyalty, trust, and the other fiduciary responsibilities. And you will be hung out to dry, and it'll be a very costly experience for you. I'm not speaking from experiences, I'm speaking from case studies. And additionally, if you do represent both parties, and you can, it will represent two transactions in SkySlope, which means two transaction fees and two compliance fees. So if you want to make yourself look good and get two transactions recorded underneath your belt, Uh, in the MLS, yes, you can boost your numbers by adding an additional transaction. However, it's going to cost you a little bit more in order to do so. And you're also exposing yourself to possibly some unnecessary risk in the future should anything ever come up based upon a non disclosure issue, which is generally always the case. Okay, I'm done.
I got some more questions, but we're not today,
Okay,
not right now. But we're talking about
so
open houses.
yes, back to your advertising. Um, I just thought of something. If you know, to God, there's so many questions I want to ask you, Jose, about this because you're so good at it. Um, if you do not have listings to advertise, contact brokers first in the office, and perhaps look at different price categories. Look at the 300s for condos, look at the 600s for resales, and look at the 800s for new construction or newer construction. And if you can't find any within our office inventory, because the reason I say that is our brokers within our firm will be probably the most compliant in order to allow you the ability per Rule 19 to advertise another broker's listings, even if they're in the same firm. So please seek the permission from the listing broker before you set out to do that. If there's nothing in the office at the firm, you can seek outside help from other brokers within the area in the areas you want to attract buyers and the price ranges in such areas. Ask permission per Rule 19 to advertise their listings.
And do it in text or email.
Text or email in order to get a reply. Just please confirm with yes in order to confirm.
I don't think I've ever had anybody tell me no.
I've had a couple, but it's just very few. Very,
They
very
were,
few.
they were probably like, "Ooh, Todd Fallman? No."
Jose never lets you advertise his listings. He soaks
No.
it all up.
Well, I think it helps.
Oh,
It helps in a certain market. It would help the listing agent if somebody else is advertising their listing. You
So
know,
yeah, I mean, if you want to advertise in your farm, let's say you going back to yeah, a couple of discussions, previously about farming, advertise everything around your farm area. So, try to do your
Sure.
best to do real estate out your back door. Okay? It's always easier to sell out your back door than it is, the back door in a different area that you've got to drive for an hour to show one property to a buyer. My next question for Jose is when you start the conversation offline, you'll get their maybe just their phone number and then maybe their email address, or you get their email address and then maybe later their phone number.
so I don't
Where
get
do you
anything at first.
you do what?
I don't get anything at first. It just saves a message who sent it to you, like on Messenger.
Yeah.
But typically, I'm trying to push them to the open house, or
Okay.
once this property sells, I'm like, then I go back to my list to everybody who is interested, and I go back, hey, this property sold, but I can help you find any other properties like this, or that's off market or on market. Uh, and then I try to get their phone number, email, or something.
Okay.
Ask
Okay.
for ask for the close.
Got it. Got it.
Are you doing it just through Facebook Messenger with a text, or are you doing a quick video?
I haven't done videos yet, but that's a good idea. I should start doing that. But no, it's I've been doing text, yeah.
You've
If it
got
works out,
a
maybe,
very
uh,
good camera
higher,
presence, and
maybe I should have a higher closing rate if I do video. So I'm gonna
I
try
would
that out.
highly suggest you try it. You have a good camera presence. You've got a good speaking knowledge. Yeah, I think you would do well. I think you would. I would be interested to see.
I feel like I can just create one video, one
Yes.
generic video, saying, "Hey, thanks for your interest," and then
Yes.
just send it to each buddy.
Yep. Keep
Okay,
it generic and just reuse it. See how it works.
nice. I like that. I'll try that out.
That's good.
Any other questions, Todd?
No, I mean, I'm just curious. I mean, I love, I'm just curious about these types of things because it creates contact and it surrounds context. And so when you can have context and contact and create in the form of lead generation, because that's where it all is, lead generation, lead follow up,
Yeah,
presentations, negotiations, and client
absolutely.
care.
And you can do it offline too with Facebook. And if you have a great system, you can have a very good. Most of my pipeline is from long ago, and then now I've turned some people that are active right now from
Mhm.
Facebook, and just been keeping them in my pipeline and saying, hey, I know this property didn't work out, but I can show you any other property. What's a good email? And send them properties from there. And then if they are more interested, then I give them my phone number and I get their phone number and schedule an appointment.
Or you could be at another property that's somewhat similar
Yeah.
and do a quick video of it with it. Hey, I got this awesome property that just hit the market. Love to show it to you. Reach out to me, blah, blah, blah. My other
Hmm.
question, along with what Todd was saying on marketplaces, so you got Craigslist, we've
Mhm.
got Facebook Marketplace. Have you tried OfferUp?
I have not. I have not tried OfferUp. Um, I think they have an option for homes and stuff, but I
Hmm.
don't think people are looking at OfferUp for homes and stuff. They're just looking at for items. But I feel like with Facebook is just growing because everybody just knows each other. Everybody just tags each other and saying, "Hey, this is good. This is a good fit for you." The people who are like having their day off and they're like 7 in the morning, they're like looking at and then their sister and family is saying, "Oh, I'm shopping around this price range," and this one just pops up, and I'm the listing broker representing it. Then they have a shop.
So
But it's
there's
also for newer people who don't have listings to use. That's what I did. I mean, in the beginning, I would use somebody else's listings and post it on
Yeah.
Craigslist and then Facebook, and I'd get some leads out of that too. Just be consistent and follow up.
I will just say anytime that I have a listing, you have my permission to market it. You don't have to ask.
Me too.
not mine.
Not mine.
Well, no one wants to sell a house in Arizona unless we live there. That's a little out of my farm.
Use mine, I don't care. Um,
How time
And
consuming? How time consuming is it when you start getting? Do you respond immediately to these? When you're notified.
Yeah.
What's
So when this new listing that I got bombarded by it. I literally got like 20 messages, and I'm like trying to keep up, but I got other stuff going on, and
it's
uh,
blended.
I try to typically reply within an hour or 2 hours. But yeah, I try to be consistent with it, and usually when I get that, I don't prospect because I mean I already got all those leads, so I'm like that's my lead generation. So that's basically I count that as lead generation, and reply to everybody and try to get
Mhm.
info and with the open house I count it as lead generation as well because I'm driving my own traffic there, and I know it's going to be a busy one.
Are you? Do you have some form of tracking this? That I know that it's an extra step in the process, and we're very sales goal orientated.
Yeah.
But taking a look in terms of making this part of your business plan where you can have something that's measurable, predictable, and duplicatable, because you are creating something that's somewhat predictable and duplicatable. It would be really interesting to know. It's just going to, it's sorry to say this, but it's going to take an extra couple steps uh, to develop this into something that you can monetize and evaluate, saying if I place these types of ads, I'm going to get these amount of responses, which will lead to these amount of customers. And I can see this starting to already take place in your business.
Yeah, I mean, as far as being measurable, it's a tough one because I just feel like it depends on what type of property and what price point it is. And
So what if I asked you to do this? I'm just putting on my coaching hat for a second, Jose.
okay,
What if I asked to say, okay, every time you do this, I'd like to know, I'd like to get a report from you, how many responses or how many comments? I
Mhm.
guess a comment and a response would be the same.
Uh, yeah, I would consider it the same. You just have to go back to each
Okay.
that you made and then follow up with people.
And so just how many comments and then how many leads per post.
Hmm. Okay.
How many how many, in other words, how many contacts you got, whether it's an online contact or, how many contacts you get and then how many leads that you get.
So a contact, you meaning so because I know people, a
A
lot of people
comment,
see
a
me,
comment.
and then also people actually directly call me because I put my phone number in there and I say call me or text me, and I've had quite a few people call me. Um,
Okay.
I'd get like 10 phone calls.
Well, then it would be maybe a comment, contact, then lead.
Mm.
A comment, contact, and then a lead per post. You could build something predictable and duplicatable.
Right.
So you can say, so in other words, in your business plan, hey, I'm going to post one listing per week. And if I post one listing per week in Marketplace, let's say it's a Tuesday, I don't care, on a Tuesday to set up possibly, or a Wednesday to set up, or a Thursday to set up my open houses or whatever I'm doing. I do 4 a month. I'm going to get approximately 30 comments. I'll have 5 conversations and create one lead.
So you don't count it as a lead until like you have their phone
You
number.
know, you know, you know what a lead. It could be. It doesn't necessarily mean you have. It's somebody who you are working towards into an active customer.
Right. Yeah, because
Um,
I had people like saying, "Oh, this so available," and they're
mhm.
cash buyers and they're investors. I'm like, "Yeah," and then I got their email and then their phone number. So would that count as a lead?
I would think so if they're ready and willing and able to do something, and you are prepping them into, you're conditioning them and prepping them into becoming an active customer.
Mm. Right. Because then I have other people who say that they're interested, but I don't have any of their info yet. It's just
Right.
sending them through the open house. But whoever comes to the open house, then I would definitely count them as leads.
That would definitely be a lead.
Okay, gotcha. And you bet I am going to get their email, phone number, and address, and social security and credit.
Who can say no to Jose? No one here can say no to you.
If you don't want to give me your email address, you're not allowed in my open house.
So I give
You
so,
can go. It's fine.
so I've given you my email address. What are you doing? What do you have in regards to uh, material for drip campaign for nurturing? Or are you just relying on what's available in the one suite, or do you actually have some marketing material that you?
I don't have marketing material for the email side. I'm gonna be honest on that. And this is one thing I gotta develop in my business plan when I do get emails and stuff. But typically, depending in different areas, but for like one suite, when I go door knocking, I typically put them on a property detail report, which every month they receive uh,
Yep,
an
yep.
area homes sold, active and pending. But
Really nice report, by the way. That's a
Yep,
really beautiful report.
they are.
really support,
Totally agree.
my handsome face in the beginning, and then they can click in the they can click on the listings. But and I see they open it as well, and uh, maybe I should connect them with market reports. Maybe once a month. But as far as having like a drip campaign for open houses, I don't. I'll be honest. I typically just stick with old phone call and text.
Hmm. Wow, this has been a great conversation, Jose.
Thank you. And the best part is, guys, it is all free. Free.
Oh, God, I love that part the
Free,
best.
man. Maybe I would take advantage until you have to pay to put it on marketplace.
Mm.
Like Craigslist is not charging. I mean, I'm sure in the near future they're gonna start charging to put stuff in marketplace. So
Mm-hmm.
it's all free, guys. All free marketing, all free leads, and you don't need to pay to do all that.
Wow, well, you're living evidence. You are social proof that it works. You are, giving us evidence and encouragement and inspiration and having us sort of reflect inside to say, you know what, maybe I can add this with by sharing what you have shared with us does not affect you.
Mm.
And thank you for sharing these nuggets. It's been
Yeah, no,
incredible.
absolutely. I mean, now
I,
you know when you see Jose double dipping listings, this is what I do. This is my game plan.
And he does do it, by the way, everybody, more than anyone else in the firm.
So
Because I see the contracts. That's true. All right. We are good to go. Oh, by the way, if you have a win, if you have a victory, big or small, okay, whatever it is, you make your first phone call, you get a hot lead. A lot of us are not able to be here in the office as much as we would like to. But if you have something that you have just absolutely just killed it, if you want to announce, hey, I finally did some door knocking, or I just had a really awesome open house, or I just feel freaking awesome today, post it on the Orca team page. It can be a picture, you can do a video, or it can just be a commented post. We want to help celebrate. It's a virtual bell ringing because we have this bell here in the hub, and something goes ding 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 ding. You know, that would be great because we all celebrate each other's wins, and it makes everyone feel better. So please do that if you can. If you
Is
want.
it Washington only?
Yes, it's Washington only, Arizona. Okay. Oh, I guess. Okay.
I was
You
asking
can-
for a friend.
All right. Okay, AZ. You can do it.
I love you guys.
Love you guys. All right. Make it a great day in real estate. Rock on. See ya.
see ya.